Hello and welcome to this week's Rocksmith developer stream. I am Doug Lilly. I am the community developer for Rocksmith and your host today and almost every Thursday. Today we are going to look at 3 songs from the Roxette song pack that just came out on Tuesday. Seeing some really positive reception to this. A lot of nostalgia on the internet, which is nice to see. So if you're just joining us for the first time, if you've never watched this before, every week we take a look at the DLC that we've just released. We play through the songs, we talk about them, and we have some giveaways. Those will be coming up later. We've got some stuff from Ernie Ball, and we have some copies of the Roxette song pack. So let's take a look at that song pack, and we'll be back with the first song. And there you have it, 3 songs from Swedish pop rock duo Roxette. Make sure, if you have any questions for us here in Ubisoft San Francisco, make sure you ask UB Jurassic, that is the community manager, aka Brian Turner. If you have any questions, ask him in chat, and he'll get those to us, and we'll try to answer as many as we can throughout the stream. Here to play our first song of the day. Welcome back. Both. We have Emmy, a different Emmy, another Emmy. Somebody apparently got the bug, as it were. So, Emmy, you joined us on the stream for the first time just a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
On the Encore stream for the Celebrating Women in Rock, which you can find on demand on Twitch and YouTube. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. So you just couldn't stay away, right?
Well, I found it was really good to have a goal to practice towards, and so I thought I'd try it again, especially because it's a song that I know.
So it's like some accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna show off. I respect that. Thank you for joining us. And Say Young,
Hello.
No Tracker, welcome back.
Yes.
Once again. What are the two of you playing today?
We're playing "Listen to Your Heart."
Listen to Your Heart. Okay, interesting. And did you have a reason for choosing that one, or is it just what came to you? Was it just what was?
I was okay with any of the three.
Any of them? Okay.
Yeah, but
And you're playing rhythm today.
Yep.
At around 82%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And
Ish.
Say Young on bass. On bass. All right. Well, let's listen to Our Hearts together. And yeah. Thank you for joining us. We're probably going to talk for a few minutes, or a couple more seconds, just because there is some time before it starts. I'm probably distracting you. Maybe I should stop talking.
No. It's okay. I don't start for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Haha.
Is your writer out? No, we're all here with you. It's good.
Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why. Listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye.
The nostalgia is strong in this song. For me, at least, I'm of an age. Thank you very much for joining us and playing that. You did a great job. So I think you mentioned on the Encore stream that you started learning guitar, what, like 2 months ago?
Something like that. Yeah.
Around 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, your progress is great.
Bad.
No. Thank you very much for joining us. And we're going to, what do you say we give something away?
Yeah.
You want to give a prize away? Okay. We are going to give away, if you are in Twitch chat right now, we're going to give away one of 2 Ernie Ball prize packs. So if you are in chat and you want a chance to win this Ernie Ball prize pack, please listen to what UB Jurassic tells you in the chat. It'll probably be something like exclamation raffle, and make sure you follow the channel. You do have to follow the channel in order to win one of these prize packs. If you win, UB Jurassic will reach out to you through Whisper to get 3 pieces of information from you. That'll be your name, your shipping address, and your telephone number. We need all of that information in order to ship your prize to you. If we don't have that, we cannot send you the prize. But we do ship internationally, so if you are not in the U.S., you can still enter and win, and we invite you to do so. If you win the prize pack, you're going to get 2 sets of strings, one for a 6-string guitar, one for a 4-string bass. You're going to get a package of 1 dozen medium gauge Ernie Ball picks. You're going to get 3 pink Skullboy picks from us at Rocksmith, 1 Ernie Ball black strap, and a package of Wonder Wipes so you can clean and condition your guitar body and strings. And you're also going to get an Ernie Ball peg winder so that when you do change those strings out, it'll be that much easier. So please listen to what UB Jurassic says in the chat for your chance to win one of these Ernie Ball prize packs. We're going to give away one now. We're going to give away one later on in the stream. We'll tell you when. If you're a frequent watcher, you'll probably know when it'll happen, unless I try to give it away early, which I keep doing for some reason. I'll try not to do that today, but who knows? Who knows what the future may bring. Also, if you win, UB Jurassic will likely ask you. We still do have some of the Eric Cartman Wizard statues to give away. So if you win and you do want the statue, make sure you let UB Jurassic know. If you don't want it, I won't feel bad. I just won't put it in the old package for you, and you'll have the Ernie Ball prize pack, as it were, as a complete thing. And if you win, we appreciate it, and Ernie Ball appreciates it if you give him a little shout out on Twitter or Instagram. They are at Ernie Ball, and they do look out for the hashtag #IPlaySlinky. So if you win and you want to let them know that you won, to take to Twitter or Instagram and let them know by those methods. We did get a question about the bass path in that one, but I'm going to save that question from Twin Machine SH for later. We will get to that soon, though. Right now, though, let's take a look at the next song in the Roxette song pack. To perform the look, we have Mr. Brian Chu.
What's up?
How's it going?
Doing good.
Welcome. Can you pull your mic in? I know I'm one to talk, but could you please pull your mic in a little bit? Oh, that's much better. Much better. Brian Chu, note tracker, and Amy Batista, production coordinator here at Ubisoft Studio San Francisco. Welcome. I still love the sparkles on that white bass. I don't know if they pick up.
I don't
You
know.
mean this pearl?
No, on the body.
On the body
yeah.
there's a
Yeah. They're really
glitters.
subtle.
Sparkly.
They're subtle, but it's a nice touch.
That's cool.
Yeah. See,
I
if you
dig it.
if you didn't notice it, then there's a good chance it's not.
Doesn't
being
Dan
picked
have
up.
a purple one?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
his is definitely sparkly.
This
One's a little harder to pick
Yeah,
up.
this one's a
because it's all
subtle
white.
one. It's like, ooh, the light dark one. It's like, oh, sparkle.
Yeah.
But you had yours. You had yours first, right?
No, he had his.
Oh,
first.
he did have his first.
That's why I ended up getting one.
Oops. well, I guess.
Dan.
Oh. Well, there goes that. It's still a fun looking bass.
It's a great looking bass.
Yeah. So you're playing the look.
We
Yes.
are.
Yeah. Did you note track?
I
this
did
one?
note track this one.
You did?
Actually, I think I note tracked the other one too. The one that was just played.
Oh, you
Secret
did.
Heart, yeah.
Then maybe you can. There was a question about that one. Toy Machine SH wants to know if the original recording of the bass, if it was an electric bass in drop D tuning, or do you think that was a synth bass?
I don't quite remember, actually. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, no, no.
I forgot that I had note tracked that until just like literally right now.
Okay.
So
Well,
like,
if it happens to pop into your head, let
yeah,
us know.
I'll let you know if I remember.
If it is an electric bass, it's real clean.
That's because
Mhm.
you
A
were
lot
in
of production.
Jigsaw Land.
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then "Listen to My Heart" was the song I did directly after that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So you probably still had pieces falling into place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, after. So the look. This was I remember the '80s parts of it. I do. And this song was massive. In the late '80s. Am I the only one who remembers this? I might be. Oh man,
I was born in '89, so.
Oh nope. That. Okay, moving on.
I remember it being out there. Remember, like when they did
Yeah.
the here's your '80s mix CDs.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was always in one of those compilations.
Yeah, well, that's because it was huge.
Yeah.
It's because it was huge. Pop rock as a genre.
Yeah.
There was a lot of pop rock in the
Mhm.
'80s, which isn't something we hear a lot today. Most pop today tends to not have the sort of fundamental features of, I guess, what we would call rock, right? As far as instrumentation. I don't know, I'm pulling you into a conversation that you
because
nobody was really.
Gaga plays all her stuff, and
Yeah.
obviously Britney didn't.
Right. So it seems it's not as sort of, I guess, ubiquitous as it was in the '80s. I might just be remembering what I listened to in the
Nostalgia.
'80s. I mean, I had a pretty slim selection when I was, 8 years old. So I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
discuss. Tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
What am I gonna do? I mean, not you. All right. Well, let's take a look at the look from
Okay.
Roxette.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So these power chords are actually fabricated.
Really?
Some of them are. Like this whole section is
Okay. That's
fabricated, but
okay.
the chords fit the chord progression of the song. And sometimes we'll make design decisions like that to make playing parts a little bit more interesting.
Gotcha.
Free space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, you were saying that some of the power chords.
Yeah, the
in
power
there
chords. It's
were
actually
fabricated.
yeah, it's just synth. I mean, it matches the harmony of the song. So
Right, and gives something.
it gives you
to
something
play.
to do.
So, and yeah,
during
just
that
just so
section.
everybody knows, when you say fabricated, that means you put a part in there that wasn't necessarily
Yeah.
in the recording.
Yeah, and sometimes we just make choices like that to make sure it's more fun to play. I did have fellow note trackers tell me like, "Oh, there isn't actually guitar here," and I was like, "Yeah, I know."
Really, shut up! I know. But the power chord, the kind of big power chord before the da-da-da-da. Sorry, you had to hear that. That was in the song.
Oh
That
yeah,
was there. It was
that's
just
in the song.
the sort of verse.
There's a funny thing at the end of the song that big pause at the end is so late that I think I forgot to like track lyrics after that point or something like that because I was like, oh yeah, the song's done, and then didn't realize there was like another minute of na-na-nas.
That's I guess
yeah.
you can, yeah.
Anyways,
hopefully
know.
that was easily fixable. Cool. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for playing that. So we had somebody in chat who's never been here before, and they
Okay.
want to know what it is that we do here on this stream. So I think for the most part, you saw it. We play through the DLC from this week. This week was the Roxette 3-song pack,
Yeah.
and we discuss it, either
Yeah.
the song or the creation of the track.
yeah,
see in game.
we'll talk about like the history of like maybe some fun facts about bands, like what goes through our heads as we're creating these arrangements, because like this chart's a good example. Like that isn't exactly what the guitar player played. I mean, I even put some synth licks in there because
Yeah.
because I thought it'd be really fun to put that in there and
Yeah.
and play and learn. And just because a lot of people tend to have questions when we do stuff like that, it's like, oh, why is this in there? And it's like, well, yeah, usually the short answer is like it's either fun or not fun.
Right. Yeah. And I
Usually
guess
that's
you know,
it.
and you could say like if you were playing this in a band, if you were
Yes.
playing in a lit band and your band didn't have a keyboard player,
Mm-hmm.
someone would still want to play those parts because
Yeah,
that part
and-
is
Mm-hmm.
sort of
Kind of like
the
a little
recognizability.
iconic piece of
Yeah.
the tune. Like it just adds a little bit of flavor that when you hear it, you're just like, oh yeah, that's really the song now. Like when I hear
right,
that. Yeah.
right, and also it's I think a lot of people are interested to see how other instruments or vocals sort of translate
Yeah.
into guitar.
Yeah.
Vocal melodies occasionally appear in songs. I don't think there were any
Yes.
in.
We haven't done a lot of those in
It's
a
been a little
while.
while.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people are very interested to see how that construction might be different
Mm-hmm.
than what you would see in a guitar solo. Same
Yeah.
with synth lines. You're working with a different arrangement of notes,
Yeah.
how they're arrayed in front of you. So
Yeah. And a lot of the times we'll also talk about like maybe specific techniques in the song, like if you're having trouble learning like a riff or a solo or just like anything like that, you can directly come to the stream and ask us because we're the ones like, transcribing the song and making certain design choices to help you learn the music.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so the bass part for this song. First off, it's a marathon.
Yeah.
Like,
It reminds me of Sabaton.
yeah, just
Just plugging away.
keep it going. And do you happen to remember if this was a synth bass or if this was originally an electric bass or maybe both?
I'm almost thinking this was synth bass.
I would
'Cause
say
the
when you added the dun
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 dun,
dun dun.
it would be.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't quite remember. This was a while ago when
Yeah.
we tracked this. It's like
Right.
very beginning of the year or something. So I'm sorry.
So
I
no,
don't really
it's fine.
remember.
So it could be both. It could be either.
Yeah, it's
Um,
pretty with this music from this era, not error, era. It's pretty common that tune like these big pop rock tunes have synth bass instead of a real bass for whatever reason. It was just kind of the sound back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is cool. Like, I mean, if you listen to, is it Everybody Wants to Rule the World? Is that like a synth bass as well?
I couldn't
Actually,
tell you.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we'd
never
have to- I'd
mind.
have to-
I'm just making stuff
So
up.
Tears for
Don't pay
Fears,
attention to me.
For that one, I would say probably yeah, because I mean they're in the same era as Depeche Mode and
I can see the music video. but I can't
I don't
hone in
see.
on.
I don't
It's like
see a
that
bassist
80s
at
thing.
all. I see
there's
a
definitely a
guy.
keyboard player. There's definitely somebody with a guitar.
Synth bass and gated snare drum. That's
Yeah.
all you need
Yeah.
for an
Yeah.
80s sound.
That's absolutely right.
And like a really clean strat with chorus on it or something.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all. That's 80s.
All right. Thank you both very much for swinging by in the stream. Right now, we are going to take a look at a video. How
Sweet.
about that? Sweet. So this
Yeah.
is going to be
do it.
a 60-day challenge video. Which is 60-day challenge is a concept that we still talk about and we still encourage people to take part in, which is basically play an hour a day for 60 days and see how much you've improved in
I
that
think
time
the other
period.
Emmy's on that 60-day challenge.
Really? Oh yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah.
The way
And
she's
probably
progressed, yeah.
wrapping.
Mm.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
getting close to that
Yeah.
60th day. If she's playing an hour a day, that I don't know. I don't know how often she's
Lunchtime.
playing. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at. I believe it's Aaron in this one. Could be Aaron. Aaron 60-day challenge. While you're watching that
Aaron.
video, while you're watching that video, we're gonna give away 5 copies of the Roxette song pack on Steam. So if you want a chance to win those, make sure you once again listen, please, to UB Jurassic in the chat. He is our community manager, and we'll be back with some more music right after that.
My name is Aaron Parrish. I'm 34 years old. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I was always a quiet child. I always liked music, listening to music. So music was kind of something I always wanted to do. Day one, you plug in the guitar, you tune up, you get set all up, and you're right in there playing a song. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I think it will pull me in to where I get that addiction to video games, so I know this will be great, for me. The software was giving me more notes each time I played it, or different notes or chords. I think just overall, my finger movement is getting a little better. So one of my challenges is playing what my brain is telling my fingers to do, having my fingers catch up with what my brain is telling it and what's being shown on the screen. I'm still having a blast just learning new songs. I have noticed myself improving. I feel more confident. It's motivating me by the points that you get. It's a competition with yourself. When you're playing mini games and you see, okay, I made it this far up the leaderboard, and then the next time you're down here, you're like, I gotta get better. Playing this song over and over again has helped me to really get into it. Now I'm to the point where I could play full songs and remember what I've been playing. I would definitely call myself a guitar player now. I never called myself that before. Today, I can say I'm a guitar player.
And welcome back to the weekly Rocksmith Developer Stream. I am your Rocksmith community developer and host, Doug Lilly. And if you're just joining us for the first time ever, every week we stream out the some of the latest songs that we've released, and we talk about them, and we have a decent to fine time, sometimes a great time. To make this time great, I would like to welcome two people to the stream. First, Greg Studley on lead guitar. Welcome back, Note Tracker. And Travis Kindred.
Hello.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
It's been a long time, sir. I don't think you've been here on the stream since I've
No,
been
I think
here.
this is the first time that you're hosting, and
Yeah.
I get to guest for you.
Yeah, so this is the first time I've allowed you to return.
I finally proved myself. I've just been
like-
practicing bass licks and like, Doug, am I ready? Am I ready? And
I'm like,
no.
no.
You need another 60 days.
more-
on that.
Yeah,
more-
yeah. He's like, you're going to need more strings.
Yeah.
And I brought my 6 string. I brought my 8 string.
I
I
said,
brought a Chapman stick.
too
You're like,
many
not
strings.
enough.
Too many, just the right strings. So you've got a 4-string here, which makes me
Oh,
think
yeah.
you're probably playing bass.
I am, yes.
Which is makes sense because you are
A bassist.
A
By
bassist.
trade. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm one of the few people in the office who like plays bass more than guitar.
right. I'm with you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
So when we have song packs that are 3 songs,
Yeah.
try to pick out a bonus song that usually kind of melds with it. For some reason, Roxette was so singular in what they did. That was a bit of a challenge for me.
Yep.
So I just went with something else, a bit 80s,
Okay.
kind of pop rock vein.
Nice.
loosely.
I mean, we know what it is, but I'm like raptly held in suspense.
I'm glad. I'm glad. So
there's
we've
like
decided.
You're saying there's a gated snare.
and synth bass.
Thank you. And a
Yeah.
synth bass.
No, I'm pretty sure this is a 4-string electric
Oh.
bass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
call
think
it
you're right. I
80s
think you're
then.
right.
Yeah. Sorry. So we, or by we, you are going to play Kenny Loggins' "Footloose,"
Yes.
which I know you played once when that
yeah,
that
when
track
when
came
we
out.
when it came out, I got to play it on the stream, which is super fun. And when you suggested it earlier this week, you're like, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing Footloose." I was like, "Yes, I will
Yeah.
absolutely play this."
Yeah. So and I think who better to return to play that
Oh shucks.
but Greg Studley.
Oh,
So close, so close.
That
We'll see.
was good.
We'll see how. Oh, thank you, thank you.
That was
We'll see how it
good.
goes.
I wasn't expecting that.
So yeah, there's probably a good bit we can talk about this song.
yeah. Maybe
Which
maybe
we'll
we should
do.
play it first and talk
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, and we'll see why I invited the great Travis Kindred to return
And the
to
mediocre.
tackle this one, and Greg Studley,
And
Adequate
also Greg.
performance.
and also Greg.
Yeah.
This is Kenny Loggins' "Footloose," not in the Roxette song pack, but I'll tell you where you can find it later.
I always think this is the beginning of the Transformers theme, and I get really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Oh, I see.
Great job, both of you.
No,
There's so much mirroring, which is unusual, but for this it seems to work really well. Oh, great.
Well, I've been busy, you know. It's been a busy week.
I did notice your feet were a little too firm for that whole.
Oh, yes.
run. Yeah, you loosen up.
It's the footwear. I should have worn my sandals.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to keep your foot loose, that's the way to do it.
Thanks.
So yeah, this bass line, which mirrors a lot of the guitar, can look very intimidating.
Oh, totally.
Is that because it is? Or is that because
yes and no.
There's a secret?
So like the bass line's actually pretty simple. It's kind of just like a blues, right? It's like a normal kind of like rock and blues in A. And so you see it goes from A. There it is. Right? This is just the same thing as you might hear or a nice blues shuffle. Right? Except we're just doing it a little bit more of kind of a rock vibe. Right? And then we just go to, we do basically the same thing with a little bit of flair on the D, right? The 4 chord. Same kind of pattern. We're just basically Kenny Loggins in it up, right? And so once you get those down, everything really fits into play. Like even those licks, right? Or right? That's all. All in there, so like we're not using any kind of like totally invented brand new notes or anything. It's all baked into what you would normally hear in that sort of blues sound and that blues rock sound. So once you get the patterns down and you start to see where your fingers are supposed to go, and especially if you work on your A7 arpeggios, your D7 arpeggios, you're going to be totally fine. You're going to be like, oh, I know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it's kind of like because I can see like there's a bit of a walking-ish bass line, but maybe take it up to a jog.
Yeah. I mean, if a walking bass line would be more like you know. Right?
Yeah.
And this is really following that pattern that's really established in the beginning. Right? Right, you can always hear that drum beat. You can always hear that backbeat.
Yeah,
and that's really what progresses it away from being just sort of a standard walking line and into a rocking line.
Right.
It's really like the rhythm is really doing that rock and roll sort of thing.
And the guitar part, likewise, also seems very inspired by that 1950s blues rock vibe.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, admittedly, you know, I'd say it's harder than the bass part.
Also, that's what
the results reflect that, don't they?
We just wanted to plant that in there. No, it does though. It has a lot of that kind of blues rock vibe with it. We have that like minor third moving up to major third, and then hitting the chord. That's evident throughout. And the cool thing is, a lot of times the guitar fills and bass fills are synced together. So it's a really well executed and thought out arrangement in that we're doing these. When we do these walkdowns, we're doing them together. So that actually brings the whole song together as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I like how you brought up the minor third to major third, which is like a thing that happens in blues a lot, it happens in jazz a lot, but here like they're just going for it, right?
Oh yeah.
Like you just hear that right? That's a D, F, F sharp, A, or root minor third, major third, fifth, and that you hear all the time in all sorts of stuff. Right? And that's like, if you want to have like a cool lick, use that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take a very simple riff and just spice it up just by throwing that one thing in there. It's like, oh, that's a lot more interesting now. Yeah.
I know that.
Right. Is that one of yours?
Oh yeah, classic. Yeah. It's got a lot of
really
Mozart
works.
to it.
Yeah.
I have a couple of questions from the chat. One from Uzabu. Any particular guitar in your collection that you prefer to plug into Rocksmith?
Yeah,
is the one that you have?
Bass guitar.
The one with
Bass
4
guitar.
strings.
Yeah. That seems to be what you plug in.
This is my go-to, which actually reacts in the game very well.
Okay.
Except if I'm playing this song and I get less than 90%. So I'm going to say it was a fault of something other than player execution.
Was I distracting you?
You are now.
Well, that's my job right now.
It was funny, Greg. From my perspective, I can just see the back of the headstock. I don't know anything about this guitar. What kind of guitar is this?
Oh, this is my Paul Reed Smith SE custom.
It's a PRS SE custom.
Yeah, if you say it fast enough, it just becomes PRSE.
Oh, okay.
But only if you say it quick enough. Otherwise, it doesn't really work.
Your microphone is very quiet, apparently.
What?
I can yell if you'd like.
Please. For the sake of everybody working outside.
I think our engineers are on it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's a really nice guitar. I love this bass, right? This is our Ernie Ball Caprice that they've graciously loaned to us. And it's really nice for me to be here today because we don't get to use this on the floor.
Right.
This is only for the streams.
It stays here.
And so I am having so much fun. This is the best bass in the studio by far. And I am just like, finally, I'm home.
Well, hopefully we'll have you return to the stream
absolutely
a bit more often, more than once a year.
Yeah, this is the first time in 2019 for sure.
Really? Okay. Yeah. And another question specifically for Travis.
That's me.
I believe this is from Lyle Wongso, who I don't know if he's been waiting.
Oh, cool.
For a long time to ask you this. Now, first,
the answer is yes.
Hold on, Travis. Now you don't usually play 5-string basses, right?
Oh, no, I almost exclusively play 5-string basses.
Really? Okay. Why did you don't downtune?
I don't downtune.
Don't downtune. So
yeah,
that's what the 5-string bass is for.
Generally, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, sir, is that the question?
No.
Okay.
No. I wanted to
I could go on that and talk about it.
I wanted to preface the question with that. So Lawangsa recently got his first bass, and it is a 5-string.
Nice. Good job.
He has found that it's far more comfortable to anchor his playing hand with his thumb on the edge of the fretboard.
Okay, like here?
Probably on the, I'm assuming kind of on the end of the fretboard, but yeah. And now he notices a lot of bass players tend to be much closer to the bridge than that.
Oh, yes.
Is this something he should where he should just go with what feels natural, or is there a reason you might want to be in one place or another?
I can answer this very quickly. So effectively, the string has a curve to it, just like you would see in a wave, right? So when I pluck this string, from these 2 points up to the middle, I have a curve, right? It goes this way and then goes that way, and they're equal sides, so it goes like this, right? Now on the ends, right here, it's vibrating less, right? There's less of that vibration as opposed to the center where I have the most vibration. Now, if I excite the string closer to the center of that vibration, I'm going to give more power to the string's ability to vibrate, which gives you a darker, warmer sound, right? It has a little less attack and more of this oomph. So if I play here, you can hear that's a little bit different than if I play here, right? Now, when I play here, I'm exciting a lot less of the string, so it's not getting that full sort of gorgeous sound. It's actually kind of vibrating a little less. I'm messing with the overtones. If you want to get into the science about it, Brian McCune has some great encore videos. Yep.
physical string.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I accent the points of the string where it's vibrating the least, I get a lot of attack and a really metallic, punchy sound. And you hear that a lot for like Stanley Clarke or Jaco Pastorius does that a lot. So that, right? So you can play a lot faster too because the string isn't moving against your finger. Like here, I can really move the string, but here I can't, right? So I can really go. Or if I want to do like a scale exercise. Right? But if I play here, down where the fingerboard meets the body, and I play the exact same exercise, and I try to go just as fast, it's a lot harder because the string has a lot more give. And you'll also hear a much different quality in sound. So if I play this note here, and play it here, you can hear it's dum and dum. Right? Same pitch, different quality of sound. I like to play over the pickups. This is sort of your sweet spot, especially if you have a P bass. This is like the money zone, right? If you're playing a lot of stuff with a pick, it's really fun to play down here near the bridge. You can get that really punchy sound. But, you know, guys like Tony Levin, they'll play down here and do some nice palm muting with the pick, or even just palm muting. Like when I palm mute at the bridge. Right? So all that means is that there's no wrong place to play, but every choice you make on where you want to play affects your sound. And a master of the instrument knows how to use those different playing positions to get the sound that they want. So make sure that you're comfortable no matter how you play, but also make sure that you're making a quest for the right sound, not just the right finger placement, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That sounds good. Thank you very much.
Sure.
And while we're talking about anchoring, as a six-string player, guitarist, if we can say that,
I will accept that as a title.
Where do you tend to anchor your picking hand at all, or do you keep it loose?
No, it's.
And I hope we can hear you. I'm going to give you my headset.
It
just
is
in case.
usually more free flow.
Oh, that sounds really gorgeous. Oh my.
Thank you, Travis.
Wow, did your voice also just go down an octave?
No.
Your voice started playing in this part of the instrument.
Your bass is inspired. It's inspired me. But now that we're talking about guitar again.
Yeah.
Back into this range. No, I would say because there's so many options of where you need to hit your strings. And essentially, you know, if you think about playing bass, your fingers can kind of move back and forth, but you have a thumb that anchors you. But because your fingers are holding the pick and the pick has to adjust itself, your whole arm really has to make movement in order to achieve that. So what I like to do actually is make sure my arm itself is actually anchored on my guitar.
Okay.
And then from here I can get movement. But I more think of this as being the anchor point. It does, there are a lot of players actually that like to play like this and actually put one of their fingers below the strings and use it as an anchor. And I've seen some very talented players do that, and it's not a technique that I choose to use, but it is not detrimental to your playing unless you try to strum like that. If you try to strum while you have an anchored finger, it's just gonna get in the way.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt your finger. I feel like
likely, yes.
At
so
the very least,
make sure you have health insurance. So yes, freedom for strumming is very important. For picking though, you can anchor your hand, or equally you can kind of just have it floating above the strings, which works quite well.
And with back to basses, because I've noticed a lot of my first bass when I first started. Well, it wasn't mine. The school's bass when I first started playing way back when. It had a thumb rest. And I've seen some basses have
a thumb rest on the bottom.
Yeah, well, a rest on the bottom, which seems more like what you're describing with that anchoring your pinky on the bottom.
So that's interesting, right? So you will see basses with a plastic sort of, or sometimes if they're really classy, a wooden thumb rest. And it's like this thing that sort of sits in between the fingerboard and the first pickup. You can put your thumb there and play. I had one. And I was like, oh, finally. And then I was like, I hate this. It just didn't feel very good. And it's sort of weird how it asks you to put your hand in one spot and one spot only, which may not be what you want in order to get the best sound possible. And so you also see them on the bottom. And when you see that, it's implying is that you put your fingers there so you can play with your thumb.
Oh.
Right? Because especially in the early days, the finger technique didn't really get popularized until James Jamerson. He was the one who sort of pioneered the concept of playing with 2 fingers and playing in that style. Like, people were doing it like upright bass, so they were mostly using 1 finger at a time, sometimes using 2, but they were trying to get all this power. And when you play this like an upright, like especially if you're coming from upright, you tend to get this really punchy sound, right? And so more guitarists were playing bass, and the thumb felt more natural as a pick. So you see that pretty often. But then after James Jamerson, you started seeing them put on the other side, even though he didn't do that. But they're like, oh, like this is for your thumb.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, James Jamerson pioneered the jazz bass and pioneered a lot of what
which
we
is usually what
today.
I would see that. The old jazz basses. That's what you normally see.
Yeah, Fender was pretty notorious to that.
Okay. All right. So thank you both very much.
Oh, thank you.
And
it's
playing
a
the song and talking to us. Right now, we're going to talk about the Bohemian Rhapsody sweepstakes that we're currently running. If you were here last week, Chris Wu joined us to talk about the sweepstakes. The sweepstakes, it's a really fun thing we're doing with Fox, and they have supplied us with a few prizes that we're passing on to you. If you would like to be able to enter the sweepstakes, please go to the website that will be linked in the chat. I believe it's rocksmith/brsweeps to register and enter there. After you register, make sure that you are logged into your Uplay account. It's a Ubisoft Club account. Uplay within Rocksmith. There was some switching of naming that happened since Rocksmith 2014 came out. But once you register and are logged in to your Uplay account, all you need to do is play some Queen songs. Any of the Queen songs in-game, including the Queen and David Bowie Under Pressure. Complete playthroughs of any of those songs will basically give you an entry into this sweepstakes. You can enter up to 60 times. So 60 playthroughs of any Queen songs. Doug, you might ask, what if I haven't bought any Queen songs? Well, there's a good answer for you there. There is a Queen song on disc for Rocksmith Remastered, and that is We Are the Champions. Almost forgot. We Are the Champions is on disc, so if you have Rocksmith 2014, you have a Queen song you can use to enter this. Grand prize will be I believe a C200. Hopefully Chris, who is in the chat, and can correct any of the reading mistakes I'm making because my eyes are very bad. C200 turntable branded with Bohemian Rhapsody, as well as the Bohemian Rhapsody Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. And then there will be several runner-up prizes, which include all Bohemian Rhapsody themed backpack, that gold backpack you see, T-shirt, hat, and a copy of the Bohemian Rhapsody Blu-ray, DVD, and digital download. So if you want a chance to win those, make sure you go to the website that is hopefully being shared in the chat right now from Jurassic. And yes, 5 runner-up prizes will be given away. Thank you for hanging out with us. We've got one more song here on today's stream. And again, if you're just joining us, today the Rocksmith dev team is playing through the Roxette song pack. It's a 3-song pack. It was just made available on Tuesday. We're going to play through those and talk about them some more. We've got 2 more guests lined up. A couple faces you will probably recognize if you've joined us before. And we've got one more giveaway coming up. So right now, let's take a look at who we have joining us. Anthony Martinez. Oh, hello.
Why, hello there.
You sound much... I don't know what was wrong with Greg. His mic seems so
well,
quiet, but
I
you're
don't know where to begin.
Take that, Greg Studley.
I think they had switched headsets.
Okay.
Greg and Travis, and so the levels were...
Oh,
yeah, there's some confusion there, but...
Well,
things
I'm
are
glad
okay
we solved
now.
it. Unless
Well, it must have been love.
It must have been. Dan Emmerich, how's your microphone? Are you just refusing? Okay. Is it? So the mic.
I don't know.
No,
I mean,
you
is there ever a microphone that I cannot be picked up on?
I mean, you're coming
Give me a break.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how are you doing, Dan Amert?
I'm doing all right. I'm happy to play Roxette because I was actually alive when this came out, and it was relevant to my experience. You were talking about pop rock and how pop rock doesn't sort of exist as it used to in the 80s and 90s the way that it does today.
So who better to talk about that than
well, pop
Dan
is
Amert?
honestly just much more R&B influenced than it was rock influenced, and that's the main difference. Like Rick Springfield to me typifies pop rock, and this still falls in the realm of pop rock.
Yeah.
But you can see that it was starting to move into electronics at the time, and then it just at some point R&B was like that's the flavor, and then
it became
started to do
the popular because as we all know, pop
is popular music.
Popular
right?
music.
Yeah, it's a result.
Yep.
I mean, people say they make pop music, but how would I say I make pop music if I don't know if it's going to be popular?
Right.
That's the question.
What if like
mean,
flamenco suddenly finally takes off? I mean, crazier things have happened, right? Do you remember the ska movements? And do you remember when big band suddenly was a big deal
swing
again?
Thing, the re-revival of swing.
That's right.
I thought there was almost another revival of that recently, within the past couple of years. It
really?
Almost happened again.
Well, flamenco is due.
You heard it here first. So in the 80s, you're right. Rock was sort of the popular music
for sure,
and then it started shifting, and we all shift with it. Or we
do we?
Or we
have you seen my playlists on Spotify? Some
no,
of us do not shift with it.
I haven't shifted since the mid 2000s. I just started. I listen to noise now. Is mostly what I listen to. I'm half joking, I think. What song are you doing? You said it earlier. It Must Have Been Love.
That's right.
Why must it have been?
Because it needs to.
Because it couldn't have been anything else.
Because it couldn't have not been love.
It couldn't have not been love.
That's what they say. That's the old saying.
Is that okay?
You know the old saying.
Yes, and I'm just gonna go with you.
Sure. Well, let's go. Let's play. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna play. It Must Have Been Love, and you're playing lead.
I'm playing the rhythm arrangement.
Did I know that?
Which is surprise.
I think it was an audible. Actually,
it was.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well,
I played through the
because it's better.
It says our house rhythm player.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
No. Because it's a nice hum and strum arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
That actually features both fabricated parts that follow that sort of like serve as a harmonic reduction of the song. It's like a basic chord progression, like a campfire version with open like first position voicings, and then it features some power chords later on, a couple of guitar riffs. But yeah, I thought it was very nice. The lead arrangement features. Just like a lot of single note melodies, some arpeggios, some pretty cool picking patterns. But this rhythm arrangement interested me.
I'm stuck on harmonic reduction because now I want to make a sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch what else you said because I was just focused on harmonic.
So
reduction.
By harmonic reduction, I just mean like the general chord progression of the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, let's take a look at It Must Have Been Love from the Roxette song pack.
All right.
And then a giveaway.
This is super fun
good.
to play.
More gives to away.
More.
I haven't played this in like 3 days, so I don't remember
I'm sure it's fine.
anything.
I hope you remember to put it in drop D. Just kidding.
You're mean, Doug.
Yeah.
Leave the winter on the ground.
feel like you touched on the lead a little bit there.
Huh?
I feel like Anthony touched on the lead a little bit there, or were you just ad-libbing?
Oh, I was just ad-libbing.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, that's fine. It could be the lead. So people were asking about your guitar.
Oh, yeah.
What is...
So this is an Epiphone Les Paul Standard Plus Top Pro. What makes it a Plus Top Pro is the coil taps. But I love this guitar.
What's a coil tap?
Hey, Anthony Martinez, what's a coil tap?
Yeah. So with I believe it's the volume knobs. I can pull them out. And I feel like you or Pody would be able to explain what's happening.
It disengages one of the two coils in the humbucker, so that if you would like to get more of a single coil sound,
more of a Strat sound,
yeah,
then you would pull this. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, yeah.
So
do you hear that?
That's generally the sound of a single coil pickup.
So that's what happens when you don't buck hums.
Yeah, I mean that's
And then
humbuckers.
I'm just gonna go ahead and
Yeah, thank you.
There we go.
Humbuckers were designed sort of as a result of single coils picking up a lot of electronic interference.
Yeah.
I'm
so
surprised we
it's-
didn't hear my favorite radio program.
Yeah, I know. But it's basically, if you could picture two single coils sort of lashed together with one thing of wire. So this taps in to that, and that's why it's called a coil tap, or a coil split is actually the more accurate term, but everybody calls it a coil tap. So it splits the two coils, and it only turns one of them on. So purists will tell you that it doesn't sound exactly like a full single coil pickup, but again, for versatility, if you have one guitar that you want to do a lot of things with tonally, and you say you're playing live and some songs just sound better with a single coil than this is a really good thing. But that's the Pro. In Epiphone's line, if it says Pro, 9 times out of 10 it means that it's got a coil split in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
I rarely use that setting though. To be honest, I
Sure, those humbuckers sound great
go for
as
the Les-
humbuckers. so.
Exactly, the Les Paul sound.
earlier, and this may be the same answer for you.
Sure.
Earlier, Uzabu had asked if there was any particular guitar in your collection that you prefer to plug into Rocksmith.
I would say this one, just because it's become my workhorse. I use it for note tracking. I've had it for a couple of years. I got it specifically for note tracking and to perform on the stream. I just wanted one guitar that I could go to.
Just be reliable every time.
Exactly, yeah. And to be honest, I used to play a Strat all the time, like exclusively.
I didn't know that.
And it took me a while to get used to, Les Pauls, but yeah, I haven't really gone back since I bought this guitar. I used it for your show, actually.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What was that show?
Oh, well, thank you for the plug. You mean Palette Swap Ninjas
That is
Princess
it, yeah.
Leia's
That
Death
is
Star Plans
correct.
live in Berkeley?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which, you played guitar. You basically did the George Harrison parts in this Beatles sort of Star Wars Beatles mashup live thing that we did.
Yeah, I shared it with Mike. Yeah, Mike had the other guitarist played some lead, and we would swap on certain tunes. But man, super fun.
A live recording of that will be coming out soon.
I'm excited for that.
Probably just in time for everyone's favorite holiday, May the 4th. For anybody that donated actually to help make that concert a reality, we're going to send the tracks out a little bit early. But they will get a public release. We had some recording issues. Brendan West was our recording engineer, so of course we had Brendan actually was very, very kind and donated his time and his expertise to getting that recorded. But unfortunately, there was something that it's like there's glitches throughout the second half of the show, and we don't know why it happened, and I haven't been able to find a way to do it. So we're going to issue the tracks that we could save. So hey, something is better than nothing, especially. Considering that we may never get the chance to do that again.
So what if I'm really looking forward to the live recording, but I can't wait, and I want to listen to these songs
You
now.
have to wait. No. If you go to paletteswapninja.com, or if you go to bit.ly/ all capital letters PLSDSP, which is Princess Leia Stolen Death Star Plans, or you can go to bit.ly/ Star Wars Beatles, all lowercase, and that will take you to the YouTube playlist of the entire album, which my lovely wife, Katrin Auk, actually re-edited all the film footage to match our dumb jokes. So if you'd like to get the full impact, that's actually the best way to do it. But if you want something that you can take with you, listen. We've got free MP3s and FLACs at our website.
Yeah, Kat did such a great job.
She is very good, and I hope she's watching to hear that.
Well, there's always the replay.
Honey, look, I said nice things about you.
Great. Well, thank you both very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we are going to give away, before we end, one final
Der wipes.
for this week.
Oh, sorry.
One
Der wipes.
Der wipes. Hey, just while you're here, Dan.
All right, I get to do the Wonder Wipes plug.
What's this giveaway that we're going to have
this
right
is
now?
The Ernie Ball prize pack, one of two that we've given away this hour. I believe if you were here earlier, you may have been here for the chance to win the first one. But if you're entering this, that means you didn't.
No! Oh,
thanks.
We got
yeah,
jokes.
we swapped headsets. That's fine. But yes, you're going to win everything. Somebody is going to win. Maybe it's you. Is going to win everything you see here. Brand new Ernie Ball slinky strings for both your guitar and your bass. These are nice middle of the road gauges. So whatever kind of music you play, whether you are doing lead or rhythm, these guitar strings will serve you well. I like these very much. These are the ones that I always wanted to buy but couldn't always afford when I was in college.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm always happy to see those. Of course, picks. I lose them. You lose them. Everybody keeps stealing them from my desk. I actually ruined one yesterday by trying to open a 9-volt battery door on the back of one of our active bases.
That's not what those are for.
Yeah, that's what I found out. And now, gee, if only I could win one of these 12 plectrums from our friends at Ernie Ball. Or any of the pink ones that are running out, right?
Yeah,
we're
real close.
We're getting close to the end. I wonder what will happen then.
I don't know.
And speaking of Wonder Wipes is the cleaning system. That's called a pro segue, Doug. You can have that one for free. Wonder Wipes is a way to keep your guitar in good shape. The strings, if you keep them clean, they will last longer. So this has string cleaning wipes in it. It also has fretboard conditioning wipes for in-between string changes to bring the oils back into particularly your Rosebud fretboards. It's very helpful there. And, of course, polish for getting the fingerprints and the gunk off of the body and the neck. And, of course, a string winder, which makes changing strings so much easier. All of this, plus a strap, can be yours if Moobot smiles on you today. Do not blame UB Jurassic, but UB Jurassic will let you know what's going on.
He takes enough abuse.
He
honestly.
does. I make sure of it.
From both of us. Right,
yes.
right. Enter to win that. And if you do win, make sure, again, you get us your name, your shipping address, and your phone number. If you live outside of the U.S., you are welcome to enter. But if you do win, make sure you make sure that your address is readable by someone like myself.
Yeah, like if you could put slashes or pipe characters or asterisks or something in between where the lines would break. That actually helps us a lot. And it helps the mailroom, and it gets to you faster generally that way.
And doesn't get shipped back to me.
Which happens.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I see some sad, forlorn box on your desk that's like, that was probably 6 months ago, and it's made the full trip where it was like,
gone around the world.
Yeah, send this back, whatever. And we don't want that, and you don't want that.
No. And also, let UB Jurassic know if you would like.
The
Cartman. We still have a few more. Cartman
the
Wizard.
Stick of Truth, 6-inch. This is a Kid Robot figure that you cannot get anywhere else anymore. These were limited edition when they came out, when the first South Park game came out. And so, yeah, I think we have the last stash, and this is it, kids. Like, if you're a South Park collector and you don't have one of those, I think this is the only place you'll find them for reasonable price. That's for darn sure.
And hey, Dan.
Hey, Doug.
If someone if this is their first time watching and they like what they see and they want to maybe find out more about Rocksmith, where can they do so?
Well, they can do so at Rocksmith.com. That would be the home of all verified information about Rocksmith.
Yeah.
The unverified information is at theriffrepeater.com if you want to go to our to Toy Machine SH's site. But Rocksmith.com. Also, you can find us on Twitter. Of course, we're on Twitter /RocksmithGame. You can go to Facebook.com. If you have the Book of Faces, then just go to /Rocksmith, and it will sort you into the proper house.
What if
we're
you like
also
pretty pictures?
If you like pretty pictures. Well, then check out Doug's personal Instagram. Check out Rocksmith's Instagram.
It's pictures of my
That's
dog.
Also Rocksmith Game on Instagram, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
So
Facebook is Rocksmith. Twitter and Instagram
are Rocksmith Game. And the .com is Rocksmith.com.
Mm-hmm.
And the forums are at Rocksmith.com. And that's where other people like you go to find out what's new and talk about things. And they also get a sneak peek at what's coming next week. What's coming next week, Doug?
Oh, I wish I could tell you.
You can, because I work here, and I've signed the NDA. No way!
Yeah.
Wow!
So if you also want to know.
It's not Palette Swap Ninja, I can tell you that. That's why I'm happy.
Tomorrow morning. On the forums, where you can find those again?
Rocksmith.com. Just click on the little chat bubble at the top of the page.
In the DLC section of those forums, tomorrow morning, there will be a post that contains some sort of clue or puzzle, the likes of which I have not yet seen, but I assume it'll be good.
Rolling Stone
Usually
222 makes the best puzzles.
And that will be posted either early tomorrow morning by UB Jurassic or way, way early tomorrow morning by UB Seraxia, who is based in the UK. So it's going to be really early. Like it's usually solved by the time I wake up.
Yep.
Because I'm a sleepy boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the early bird gets the clue.
They do get the clue. And so if you show up on the forums and you help figure out what could be coming, you'll have a few things confirmed. One song with the artist and the pack.
Yeah. I mean, we could just destroy it and say it right here.
We could.
I mean, we could do it right now.
What do you think? No.
You're in charge. It's your stream. I would have done it. If I were still in charge of the stream, I would have just done it.
It's a good thing you're not.
Yeah, it's good. It's a very good thing I'm not.
Yeah. All right. So check out our forums if you want a chance to see what is coming next week to Rocksmith. We will be back here next Thursday to play whatever that music is. Dan might be playing.
I don't know.
I'll
have to check out that pack's tracks.
Yeah, and see if it's something that you're interested in.
That I'm capable of playing too. That's a big part of this. Is can I actually put my fingers on this and fake my way through it for once a week? That's that's really it.
It's done okay so far.
Yeah, well,
it's good.
That was a fairly straightforward baseline too.
Let's take one more look at the Roxette song pack.
Let's.
And then we're gonna get downstairs and do some other work.
We have a meeting.
we do.
Isn't that terrible? We have a 4:30 meeting.
Or we could just stand here and talk for another half hour.
Oh, that would be great. Sorry, the stream ran over. We'll take your questions. No.
Let's take a look at one Roxette song pack, and then we're going to go. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.